Previously on Sin's the Hero's Tale, the party made port in Nessasnau. Leaving the Ivy and Koun in the care of the local port authority, Thalia and Okazad paid their respective crews and turned them loose for some relaxation in the city. The party then took to the town themselves, deciding to visit the local carve house before heading through the bazaar. It was here that they made a chilling discovery. A wanted poster for Charia had been posted by the Drow noble clan that had executed her family. Soon after leaving the carve house, Charia was given a note, seemingly from Dieval, Georgia, claiming that they needed to meet. While Jura went to investigate the local fight pit, Charia and Thalia went to meet with Dieval. However, it was revealed that the person they were meeting was a member of Clan Tekenvir in disguise, a powerful noble named Heinrin. Heinrin warned Charia that the Tekenvir were in Nessasnau and were keeping watch on her, waiting for their moment to make good on her bounty. Leaving the meeting place with more questions and concerns than answers, the two went to meet with Okazad and Jura at the fight pit. After placing bets on Jura, Isam, and Four, the party went about their respective evenings. Thalia returned to the Koun to rest, preparing to travel into the desert that night with Lucian. As dusk draws near, she awakens from her nap and begins making her final preparations for the trip.
Yay, trip.
So the first thing I will say after you wake up from your little slumber is you are immediately greeted with, and I'm going to go ahead and DM it to you.
Oh, okay.
You get that.
Okay.
So yeah, as you wake up, you notice it's maybe 15 minutes before the sun starts to, to the perception, touch the horizon.
Alright, well, I guess I'll go see Lucian.
All right, you find him in his workshop, and you find someone else there with him. Standing before you is the familiar visage of Damian Nikos.
Oh. Hello, Nikos.
Thalia, have you been holding up?
Been doing fairly well. You?
Can't complain. You know, giving the locals something to think about.
Yes, I heard you're stealing something.
Yeah, there's a new art piece that came up seemingly out of nowhere. Have you ever heard of the Captain Silly Pants?
Can I roll something for that?
Go for it. That'd be history. You remember that's what Juggalo called himself once or twice.
Okay, I'll keep that to myself. And say no, I haven't.
So from what I understand, it's this oil painting on canvas of some king or high noble, whatever, real regal looking dude, but he's got a really shittily painted navy flag draped over his shoulder, and it's got the nobles in an uproar, like, oh, what does it mean? What was the artist trying to say? You know, shit like that. But opening bids for this thing started around 50,000 platinum, so it's definitely worth stealing.
Ooh, nice. Sounds like the artist just had a sense of humor.
Well, that certainly sounds like it. Well, I hope he has a good one, because he's about to lose his fucking art. But I do have some equipment that I need patched up before then, which is why...
And he turns and looks at Lucian.
Oh yes, no trouble at all. I made it. I should be more than capable of fixing it. Alright, then I'll come back sometime before tomorrow night. Would that work? Absolutely, sir. Oh, and
As he looks to you on his way out.
if I could speak to you, Thalia, in private.
Sure.
And he'll follow you. This is your ship.
Okay, nobody's on the ship, so... I'll just
Yeah,
go to
it's
another
it's
random
it's
room.
literally just you and Lucian right now.
Yeah, I'll just go to another random room.
You notice he locks the door behind him, and you see him looking around, just making sure that nobody else is looking or listening.
So, some rather interesting information has come to light recently.
Oh?
And he reaches into his oh, what the hell? He reaches into his the inside of his shirt, and he pulls out one of Charia's wanted posters.
Ah, yes, that.
See, I wasn't about to leap down anyone's throat because of this alone, but I've been doing a lot of communing with my contacts in the Underdark, and they seem to pretty heavily reinforce what's written here. Something about some kind of uprising that Charia's clan tried to initiate.
Hang on, I'm thinking how to reply to him.
I'll set goddamn fire to all of them, make them feel what it feels like.
Well, because I don't want to share
Oh no,
Charia's stuff with someone
no,
that
no,
she's not
it's
sharing,
fine.
So
I'm just more like at this point, Charia on the other boat crying herself to sleep or something. I just wanted vacation.
I mean, ordinarily I'd be able to write this off as just a bunch of bullshit, but there was that one time when we first met, she seemed real antsy when I started talking Undercommon around her.
Yes, I have recently learned a little bit more of this. She has told me a little bit more. I don't want to share too terribly much because it's her business, but
Of course, and I'm certainly not about to shame somebody for having a bounty, but it's not about to come back and bite us in the ass, is it?
us specifically, no. And most of this apparently is made up from the other clan.
Interesting. They're pretty big and influential, so that doesn't surprise me. Alright, well I take it you guys are gonna be in town for some time.
A few days at least.
Oh, then I can easily catch her on my own after the heist is done. But, more importantly, there are a couple of other things.
Those being
League seems to really trust you, so I'll do the same. Jura and Okazad aren't exactly clean either.
Are they not?
Well, according to Gar, he got intel that Okazad was one of Captain Arnes's people, one of the Sirens.
Well,
So,
he does wear her symbol on him.
right. So, the cautious type that Gar is, he went ahead and sent a message to Arnes. And to all of our surprise, there isn't an Okazad counted among the Siren Pirates, or a Silver Dragonborn at all, for that matter.
That is surprising. I had
And
begun
while
to
we're on the-
wonder. He didn't seem to know his way around a ship very well.
I noticed that too. And while we're on the topic of Gar, there is that one kid who comes from the same clan as Jura. The Harrock clan, was it?
I don't know. Do I know that he's Harrow? Yeah, I do. I know.
Yeah, he's introduced himself as such several times.
Then I'll say yes. He's
Well,
Harrow.
that kid's been talking. Apparently his Thorn, the chief and leader of their tribe, went absolutely batshit and murdered all the others. I'm not exactly saying this implicates Jura specifically, but from what I've seen, he and that kid are the only two Harrock left. And seeing as Jura doesn't have a scratch or any scars or otherwise anything traumatic on him, well, you can see how the mind would wander.
I can see where you're coming from. Jura hasn't said anything. Meta. He had said in cards something about genocide. Did Thalia
He
know
had
anything about
let
that?
slip something about genocide, but I think Charia was the only one who actually followed up on it.
Okay, so I don't know anything about it. Okay.
No.
I'll just say that Jura hasn't mentioned anything, and he hasn't seemed. You know, I kind of trust him at my back, so I can't really give you too much on that one.
Then by proxy, I guess we can give them the benefit of the doubt for now.
For now,
But
at
like
least, though I'm not a fan of Okazad personally.
Well, like I said, League seems to trust you, and frankly, after meeting you guys, he's been more active as a pirate than I've seen him in the 4 years I've been a lord, so...
Really?
Before, he seemed to have lost his drive. Didn't go out and plunder much, didn't really do anything, was just kind of waiting. But then you guys show up, and wouldn't you know, and now he's all gung-ho out and about and active again.
Meta, he doesn't know about the baby, right?
He knows.
He does know about the baby?
I was getting to that.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, so immediately tagging along with that, he stops.
Oh, congratulations, by the way.
She kind of cocks her head to the side.
With League, I assumed you were...
And he kind of looks at your midsection.
Ah, yes. I wasn't aware he had told.
Well, Gar kind of twisted his arm for why he trusts you so much.
Yeah, that would do it.
But don't worry, we're kind of a closed-mouthed lot.
That's fine. I'm happy about it.
Oh, I imagine you would be. I mean, hell, we're all happy for you. But I'm not about to go running my mouth that you're carrying a pirate lord's kid. That's just going to be bad news, I think.
Probably.
Anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest to make sure you're informed.
Yes, thank you about that.
Yeah, whenever you guys are done in Nessus now, one of the northern pirate lords actually sent us an aid request recently, too.
Which one?
Captain Jewel. Have you heard of him?
Can I roll for that?
Yeah, that'd be a history.
He's a rock hopper.
16.
Oh, it's actually not showing up for me.
Oh,
Oh, nope, there it goes.
okay.
Then yeah, you would recognize him, or the name at least, as the Pirate Lord of Rockspire, and he is an Aarakocra that is based off a Rockhopper penguin.
And that sounds adorable.
Mm-hmm. And you know his big thing, like the thing he prides himself on, one, he's very big on manly pride, like he won't do anything that'll tarnish his image, and he's known for wearing a cape that is adorned with a coin taken from each of the ships that he's plundered.
All right.
So like every time, yes, the penguin collects shiny things. But every time he takes a ship, he takes a coin from someone, usually one of the ship's command staff, punches a hole in it, and then sews it into a cape that he wears.
That's cool. Okay, so then I tell him, yes, I'm familiar.
Well, he's apparently got some business in Estria that he was looking into. And he said that if we knew anyone that could give him a hand with it, to send them up, so... Once you guys are done your business in the South Sea, if you want to head west and then head north by way of the West Coast, you should be able to meet him up there.
Yeah, I'll relay it to the group and let them know.
Cool. Then, I guess if there's nothing else, I won't eat up any more of your time. I do got a heist to prepare for.
Oh, wait, I do have a question about that. Your wanted poster, why do you look that way?
Oh, right. Well, it's, I actually just gave it to Lucian, but I have a special mask that projects that illusion over myself. So the me you're used to seeing, and he kind of, like, runs his hands over his form. This is just something I do when I'm out and about with civilians, but whenever I'm involved in a sea battle or doing anything in my Phantom Thief persona, that mask projects a near constant veil of shadow over my features, hence how I look on the poster.
That sounds interesting. I do like
It re-
illusions.
Yeah, Lucian's really good at that sort of thing. He was able to whip that up in just a couple of days back when he worked for me.
Huh. I wonder if he could do the same for me.
I see no reason why he wouldn't, as long as you find a decent enough item. It could be I use a mask, but it could be a necklace, a ring, anything.
I will.
Honestly, I'm just
take a
lucky
look.
that I was able to find someone of his skill before the Navy scooped them up.
Yes, he is quite useful.
Yeah, and guys with his kind of magic typically always find themselves in the Navy, either joining willingly or pressed into service.
I do have another question for you, since you do a lot of thieving. I was thinking about getting into the fencing business to get
Ooh.
some money.
Lucrative business, that.
Any suggestions on how to start?
Well, the easiest way would be if you have the endorsement of some big player who's already in the thieving or fencing industry. You know what? Tell you what, how about this? After I'm done stealing the Captain Silly Pants, how about I make you my main fence?
Ooh. Yes, thank you. I figured with this, I hold up my hand with the ring on it, it would make it a whole lot easier.
Oh, absolutely. And as it happens, I guess it's kind of bittersweet fortune that you're here. Turns out my main fence in Nessus now actually was killed recently. Poor little Genasi girl, she ended up falling victim to that, what the fuck are they calling him? The heart render or something?
Oh, she was your fence?
Well, yeah, but she wasn't the first of his victims.
Do you know who the others were?
Let's see, there's been, I think, 17 since he started.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and every single one of them has been a young Genasi woman.
That's interesting. I have a feeling
Yeah,
our
but
group is going to want to look into that.
Well, if that's the case, and I know this is going to sound rich coming from me, but you might want to try talking to that High Commodore, that Xena Atara, who's stationed here.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, she probably has more information on him, on whoever this Heartrender is, than I would.
Okay. We'll talk to her.
But that said, I should probably make myself scarce.
Yeah, and I'll get with you later about the more fencing details.
Sounds good.
And as he actually starts going over to the porthole on the side of the room, and he kind of just bumps it open with his hip. And he kind of hangs like his, he pretty much sits on the windowsill and then sort of scoots back.
And as usual, I was never here.
And he just kind of lets himself fall. You hear him catch himself, like with his claw out the window, and then just, whoosh, he's gone.
Oh, of course. Well, that's interesting. So he can be my fence. Awesome. Or I can be his fence. That'll make
That
that
does
easier.
seem to be the consensus.
That'll make that easier. Okay. Okay, so I don't really need anything else, so I guess I'll go back to Lucian, see if he's ready.
All right, yeah, you see him. You actually see him stuffing what looks like a sewn together like sheet inside of an open compartment on Clover's back.
What you doing?
Oh, I'm just making sure all of Clover's extra functions work. Turns out most of them would actually come in handy for tomb raids.
What exactly does she do?
Well, for starters, she is wonderful in a fight. She has a couple of features that make her very combat ready, namely sickle blades in her claws and a flintlock pistol discharge mechanism in the tip of her tail. Additionally, she can provide sort of heat in a 5-foot space around her, which is lovely in the desert at night, I assure you. She can also, you see this section here where her front and hindquarters are connected.
Yes.
Right, well, this cord can actually extend to about 60 feet, about the length of your standard line of rope. And then finally, she has what I've called an airbag. Basically, if, funny enough, when I first started working for Captain Nikos, I was night watchman up in the rigging in the crow's nest. I was horrible with balance, fell very regularly. So what I would do is I would have Clover on the deck beneath me, and if I started to fall or lose my balance or get knocked off by a rogue wave or something, I would try to land on top of her, and she would just deploy this bag, and it would catch me, cushioning my fall and negating any damage that I would take from hitting the deck.
That's pretty smart.
Yes, well, there are a couple of heights in the tombs, and I've never been to the royal tomb personally, but I also imagine, given its age, there may be some areas where the floors are, shall we say, less than stable.
Yes, possibly.
Well then, if there was nothing else, right. I also found you one of these,
And he reaches into like his pack that he bought with the money you gave him, and he throws you a white, almost like desert shawl that you can put over your clothes.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes, I was, well, I was here last time. I learned that dust storms can be a bitch, so you may want to pull that up over your mouth and nose just to prevent breathing in anything you shouldn't.
Will do. Now,
And
is there
finally-
anything we need to pack to go?
Yes, actually, I was just getting to that. The Grand Piece de Resistance is here.
And he pulls a tarp off of. You can very clearly tell that the parts of 22 went into making this thing. What he presents to you is basically just a little larger than a snowmobile, with a an area where you can sit, and it has kind of an aerodynamic form. It sits on two long pontoons that run its length, kind of like a sled, and then it's got a giant fan behind it, almost like one of those hovercraft you would see in a swamp.
Okay.
So, given the tricks that you can do, not unlike Captain Nikos, would you be able to transport this safely to the desert so that we do not have to lug it from here to there?
Of course. And she just puts her hands out and disappears it into the ring.
Yep, and it's in the ring.
Fascinating. All right, well, that's all the heavy lifting out of the way. I would assume then you have your own pack and provisions that you'll be bringing.
Yes, I have all my stuff with me.
And then, by your leave, Captain, I see no reason why we can't be off.
Let's get this over with.
Let's.
And I'd say it takes you about 15 minutes to walk to whatever edge of town you were fixing to go to.
Well, you said it's to the east or to the north?
It's to the northeast.
To the
So
northeast.
yeah, so ideally, if you want, you can actually go from the port district through the agricultural district and then just set it down right there.
Yeah, that would be the fastest.
All right, then.
And you see Lucian basically get everything ready. He sits. There's actually a little center area between where his seat and your seat are, where Clover would sit.
Okay.
And he wasn't kidding. As the sun is starting to hang really low, you start to feel like just the freezing air coming off of the desert.
I wrap the shawl around me too.
Well then, if you're all set to go.
And he kind of gestures to the back seat, the one behind his.
Now get on.
Then he starts it up. And there is it's about as subtle as a swamp hovercraft as well. Like the fan makes a lot of noise, and a couple of the people who haven't quite gone to bed yet are now like looking out their windows going like what the fuck is that? But contrary to the way it looks, it does take off very quickly. And within a couple of minutes, you guys cross pretty much fly over the north road leading out of town, and you are in the desert.
Cool. And I assume
as
we
the
both know the way since I looked at those maps, right?
Yeah, he's pretty much making a beeline there.
Okay.
But as the trip is going, you actually do see that like the areas in between the plating that makes up Clover's body, you see it start to glow a little red, and you do feel a pleasant heat coming off of her as the trip is going.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so you basically got a little space heater on the vehicle with you.
She's gonna move a little closer to Clover.
Yeah, she's kind of just staring blankly forward and just letting this heat radiate off of her.
Nice, nice.
And I'd say it takes this vehicle about an hour and a half to traverse the area and get to where you need to go.
An hour and a half, okay.
Yeah, so if there was anything you wanted to do in that hour and a half...
No, and if it's that loud, there's no talking or anything. And I don't There's
Well,
nothing I need prepared.
funnily enough, you can actually still hear him, and about halfway into that trip, he actually does lean back and tells you,
So about, I'd say maybe half a mile or so before we get there, I'm fixing to kill the engine, and you can probably just take this thing back up. If we get too close making this much noise, we might alert the historical foundation to our presence.
Yes, I agree.
And I imagine you did not get one of their letters of permission to be here.
No, of course not.
Right. I figured, I just didn't want to assume.
Yeah, I would prefer nobody know that we're here.
As would I. Then yes, I'd say once we're about 10 minutes out of Rotafos, we ditch the vehicle, stow the vehicle, and then sneak in on foot.
Sounds good to me.
Very good.
and he continues piloting the vehicle over there. And as you begin to notice the lights of this city on the horizon... Oh, let me just adjust the image. No, why is the map so small?
What have you done?
Nothing. You are now here.
Okay.
So you guys would be coming in... You would have followed the river mostly, so you would be coming from this... oh, yeah, this general direction.
Okay.
And once you're about there, like at where the edge of this map would be, Lucian kills the engine and hops off the little wind vehicle.
Okay. Once everyone's off, I stow it into the ring.
Alright, you make the vehicle disappear. And he kind of ducks behind a sand dune that's kind of sticking up. And Clover does that, like, matches suit, like she gets down crouching like a cat would.
Alright, looks like there's...
Actually, let me roll a perception for him. Recruitable, damn it. Eh. God, my roll 20 is being so slow right now.
How dare you?
No, I want... Well, yes, Clover too, but mostly Lucian right now. If you'd like to go ahead and roll a perception
yeah,
while
say,
he's...
Can I roll this too?
Damn, a 23. Alright, you're seeing that the area to the easternmost part of this town appears to be a bunch of, like, tents, like, a very large tents now that you're looking at them. And there seem to be a bunch of, like, scholarly, like, archaeologist types going back and forth. Occasionally you see the odd-looking or oddly dressed adventurer come to deal with these people. You figure these are probably the ones that the Historical Foundation actually allows to go and check these areas.
Mm-hmm.
And then right beside that, there is a large gate leading inside of this walled city.
How tall is the wall? And are there guards?
The dunes around it make it look sort of uneven. The area around that archaeological encampment, there are some areas where it's 15 feet, and every so often, like I'd say right around this area, there's actually a high dune that makes it to where it's about 7.
Does it look climbable?
I would say yes if you have the right equipment.
Well, that's what we bought climbing equipment.
Yes. So then yes, you can easily scale this wall with the equipment that you've purchased.
Okay, but there's no like guard towers or anything.
No, there are towers, but a lot of them look destroyed and withered away over time. It looks like the Historical Foundation is the only place that really has any sway here. It doesn't look like anyone else is here.
Okay. Then I guess we'll try climbing the wall right around here.
Alrighty. So just skipping all the bullshit and getting right into the tomb.
Well, I mean, I don't think I need anything out over there, and that'll just risk me running into somebody. I really just need the tomb.
Right on. Alright, then go ahead and roll me just a flat dexterity. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just... For what you're using them for, they are technically thieves' tools at the moment. So go ahead and roll with thieves' tools to scale the wall.
I do not have a thieves' tool thing on my list.
Really? You're a rogue, you should.
Well, I don't see it.
Okay, then what is your normal...
Let me add it in there. If I can spell it correctly.
Yeah, because AJ, you are a rogue, right?
Yeah. That
So
would
you'd
be-
have the choice of, or actually rather, you get thieves' tools along with your 2 daggers and leather armor when you started.
Yeah, and that would just be proficient, right?
Yes, unless... Yeah, because you used your expertise for skills, you didn't use them
Yeah.
for...
Okay.
Yep, and
And I will. I think I did this right. There we go.
let me see...
Because it's just proficient in dexterity, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, with a 24, I'd say... I imagine you're using a grappling hook of some description.
Oh, I forget exactly what I said. Oh, I brought a climbing axe and some rope.
Climbing it. Okay, then yeah, you managed to find several pieces in between the troweling of these old stone bricks. You managed to dig that axe in, and with a couple of motions, like get yourself up and over the wall.
Okay. Does Lucian have the same climbing stuff, or can I just leave
Yes.
the rope there for him to come up?
I mean, technically you can do that too, and he would just roll with advantage.
Yeah, I'll do that. Help him up.
Okay.
I assume he's got Clover with him.
Funny you should mention.
Or, okay, she can climb herself. Alright.
Okay, he also gets a 24. So you hear in pretty much the same way, or you hear like little footsteps hitting the wall, and in just one fluid motion, he slings himself over, and he looks back up over his shoulder. Come on, girl. And you hear a little, and you see 2 little claws peer over the top of the wall, and then you hear something release on the ground, and just slings her over. She flips a couple of times and then lands on her feet right in front of the 2 of you.
Oh, she's so cute.
Isn't she, though?
Hey, I'm
Anyway.
gonna go ahead and grab the rope back.
Yeah, with a good tug, you manage to dislodge it.
Okay. Alright, then I guess now that we're inside, I guess it's time for sneaking then. Because are there guards right? Or I guess I need a perception that.
Yes, perception.
Perception on this side of the wall. Not as good.
Not as good, but I will say there are a couple of them, because you're now on this side of the wall, yes?
Yeah, right about there.
Yeah, the entrance to the tomb is up here, and there is one guard between you and there, just kind of watching the door. He's specifically watching that gate in front of the door, so he's not looking in your direction.
Okay, so how close is he to the door? Like, could we sneak behind him?
There's maybe 5 feet of space between him and the door. So yeah, you can make that work.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll start stealthing then.
Alright, then go ahead and roll stealth.
Come on, stealth. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that definitely beats his passive perception. Go ahead and roll for Lucian as well.
Lucian, you better not fuck up. God damn it, motherfucker.
With a natural 1. Okay, so I gotta check real quick just how bad is this gonna be.
God damn it, Lucian.
Gotta get out my handy severity roll now and see.
Really didn't want to kill anybody. Oh.
Okay, so not as bad as it could be. I mean, still fairly bad, but not, not terrible, I don't think. So, Lucian stumbles. I'm gonna say, like, Clover walks in front of him and he trips over or something like that. And as like this happens when you're like right up alongside, so I'd say you've already got past this guy and you've dipped into the entryway to the tomb already. And he basically just trips. Oh shit! Catches himself on the sand. The guard begins to turn around and just nope.
Just smacks him.
Yeah, and just with a loud crack, you look back and you see Lucian just whack this dude in the side of the head with his cane, and he goes down.
Lucian.
It was fine. It was a fluke. It was, that,
Yeah, well, now we need to hide him.
Right. So I'm going to take care of that.
Lucian in athletics, which he does not have proficiency in. Yeah, but he does all right. He drags him over here, like pretty much in the path, like the known path of another guard, and he reaches into his pack real quickly, takes out a bottle of wine, dumps half of it into a barrel, and then sets it in his hand before coming back to you.
Okay. I accept this.
Less they can link back to us. Anyway, now, nobody saw that. We just pretend it didn't happen, and let's go inside, yes?
Yes, let's go.
Then you delve into the tomb. And go ahead and roll me a perception now that you're in here.
Come on, good roll. Yeah.
Gotta look out for that mummy's curse.
Dude, I know, right? That's why I have the remove curses.
Yeah, no, we were joking about that before you got in here. That you're just gonna get cursed by like a bajillion different curses because you're gonna just steal the pyramid.
Ugh.
So there is a very large entryway with a bunch of pillars and columns holding up the ceiling. And then inside, like on the other side of this room, it actually reminds you a lot of the underground burial chamber that you met Leanne in around the time that you dropped the crystal on her.
Good times, good times.
Uh-huh. And then at the other end of this room, there is what appears to be a large flung open stone door that leads deeper inside. All the barrels, chests, and sarcophagi in this room appear to have been opened and looted already.
Yeah, I'm more interested in the deeper tombs. Now, I assume from those maps we know kind of where the two that I'm looking for are.
His charts showed you pretty much exactly where Prince Saladin is interred. King Mahad I is actually a pretty well-kept mystery. Like, everybody knows he's somewhere inside the royal tomb, but nobody knows exactly where.
Okay, so we'll go to Saladin first.
Okay. Then Lucian goes ahead and leads you through the main chamber and through the stone doors. You can go ahead and drag, or I can drag you if you want to the south side of the map.
Okay.
You should be able to move that.
Yes, I can.
Go ahead and put Lucian and Clover here too.
You said this is the area that's already been looted.
A lot of these areas have, but if you want to roll perception on certain things, I won't stop you.
Okay. Now, is this still the same room with the perception that I just rolled, or is this a different...
This is a separate room, so you went through the stone doors. This is now a separate chamber.
I'll roll perception again, and... Let's see. Same thing. That's the exact same thing. Okay.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. Okay.
I just want to see, like, if they've cleared out traps.
In this room, yes. It looks like there are little holes in the wall, not unlike the ziggurat that you originally met Lucian in. Okay. But it looks like all of them have been disarmed. A lot of these chambers look like they've already been ransacked and gone through.
Okay. Well, then we'll just kind of quickly go through this, but still sort of look around.
Okay. Then at this point, Lucian will let you lead.
Okay, well, I'm just going to go to this guy real quick.
Yeah, just like he looks at you.
Well, you're the one who knows what they're looking for.
So, just
It'll
perception
be
again for it?
yeah, investigation now.
Investigation, right. Investigation.
So as you pry open the lid from this sarcophagus, you start to get a feel for why one this close to the door was left closed. It looks like at some point some outside air got into this person probably a long time ago, and the body has gone from like mummy people jerky to people pudding.
And closing the lid right back down.
You do so.
Nope, don't look at that. And investigation. Nope.
I'd say for this, like the sarcophagi are open; they're right in front of you. These two, like the bodies have been left, but everything they were wearing or wielding has been long since taken.
Okay, I have a feeling that's probably going to be for the majority of these.
More than likely.
Okay, well then I'm going to skip over... I'm going to go up, oops, not into the wall, up this way, and then over into here.
Okay, Lucian will follow. I'd say Clover is close behind him because he's actually using the light from her eyes to see, because he's a human and does not have dark vision.
Oh, right, he can't see. I can cast some dancing lights. I forgot he
Alrighty.
can't see.
Yeah, so then 4 little balls of foxfire conjure up around you and provide dim light to the area.
Yeah, I put a few around him.
Much better.
Okay, then let's investigate these real quick. Nope.
Alright, with this one, you actually find you try to lift the lid off. It's actually very difficult to do. This will be in athletics if you want to try to dislodge it.
I suck at athletics, but okay. Nope.
All right. Let me give this one a go then. And hoop!
Oh god, Lucian, those nat
Oh
ones.
my god!
This is not how I wanted his debut mission to go.
Dude, seriously.
Like, I think out of all the NPCs, like, even taking Isam into account, I think Lucian rolled the best across the board for all of his stats, and he's just doing so piss poor.
Well, hopefully he's getting this out of the way now.
I certainly hope so, because he goes to lift at this, and you hear something pop, and he just...
oh god. Oh god. Oh, that was not good. Oh god.
Lucian,
Nope. Nope, I'm fine.
are you sure?
No. Not having an off night at all. Just perfect. Absolutely fucking perfect.
Uh-huh.
And as he stands up, like, he kind of, like, braces both, his back against both of his hands and kind of pushes, you hear another, like, sickening crack as everything realigns itself.
Oh, I am too young to have to worry about that.
Ow. How strong is Clover? Does she have any sort of lifting capability?
Unfortunately, she's built more for speed than power, but I suppose... what's the harm? Go on, girl. Give it a whirl.
Oh, don't nat one. Please don't nat one.
Really hoping she doesn't. Go ahead and maximize her character sheet so I can just pop it right next to his. Probably should have hard reset my computer before all this.
Probably.
For next time. So she doesn't have proficiency in athletics, so that'll just be a flat strength check for her.
I mean, I have a -2, so...
What's up?
I was like, I have a -2 in my strength.
With a 6,
nope.
you see her put her little kitty paws like up to it and try to dislodge it. Yeah, nothing doing.
Well, okay then.
Like Lucian walks up to the sarcophagus he tried to open, like gives it a little kick with his boot.
Fuck this thing for actually making me want Jura here.
Well, we could all try it together.
That's fine. Oh, thieves' tools. So we have a crowbar at our disposal, yes?
Oh shit, yeah. I think I even bought... Yeah, I bought a pry bar too. Forgot about
Then
that.
try it again. Yeah, try it again with advantage.
Oh, I forgot about that. Do you still want me to use athletics?
Yes, it'll be athletics with advantage since Lucian's helping, and with a +2 because of the pry bar.
Okay.
There we go. Nat 20. You manage to lift this thing off, and almost like opening up a soda can, just a burst of air that probably hasn't been exposed to the air of this tomb in gods know how long is released, and inside you find the mummified corpse of what looks like some member of Mahadi royalty.
What's the goods?
Investigation.
Investigation.
With a 19, it's a woman you notice, and she is dressed not so much in armor, more very elaborate robes on top of all the wrapping. And she has two things crossed over her chest. In one hand, she appears to be holding some kind of wand, and in the other, it looks almost like a circular, like perfectly circular blade. And the area that's clutched in her hand appears to be like a gap in the blade that serves as a handle. She's basically holding a chakram in her hand.
Okay. Then I will take them both and put them right in my ring.
Okay, so you have a wand of unknown effect, and you have a chakram whose weapon stats I can give you later.
Okay. And then can we do the same for the other one?
Sure. Athletics with advantage +2.
Advantage +2. Boop.
Okay, 16. It doesn't come off as easily, but same thing. You pop the soda can on this sarcophagus, and this one appears to be, or now that you've got it open, you can roll investigation.
Investigation. Nope.
Almost got a little ahead of myself. So this appears to be a male corpse, but you don't find anything of great value on him. It looks like he was buried in just very regal-looking clothes.
Okay, that's fine. And no, he can keep the clothes.
All right, then.
Go this way. We got one more closed over here, so I'm gonna try that one.
All right. So second verse, same as the first. Athletics advantage +2. Yeah, 19. This pops undone. This one you notice is a young child that seems to be in here. This one, it didn't release that burst of wind like the last two did. This one appears to have been opened and gone through before, and then whoever did it just set the lid back on.
Okay. Can I investigate anyway?
Yeah, go for it. You notice there's obviously more space in the sarcophagus than a child's body would occupy. You speculate there was probably something in here with him, but the only thing left now are very ancient-looking, like hand-carved wooden toys.
I'll take the toys.
Okay. Then you now have a wooden soldier, or an ancient wooden soldier, rather. An ancient wooden dragon, and an ancient wooden duck.
Okay. All right, then we shall proceed.
No leisure for the deceased, eh?
Lucian jokes with you.
Nope. They don't need it.
Okay, then as you follow, or as you exit through the northern part of the chamber, this area, roll me one more perception check as you leave this space. You notice there are several more of those holes that line the bottom half of the floor. These ones appear untampered with, and about 20 or so feet in front of you, there is a bladed pendulum dug into the wall, conceivably having fallen from the opposite side and become lodged there.
Okay.
It looks like we're in the more dangerous part of the tomb now.
Well, now we'll have to be looking out for traps.
So it seems.
And I will say, just roll me a survival to see if you can get through the end of this corridor. That is, as you look at it now, and you are right up in it, littered with the mangled bodies of would-be explorers.
Where there's traps, there's loot. Wait.
So with a 12, okay, so you mitigate most of this. Roll me a single dexterity save. Yeah, with a 22, you hear, as you step on the stone brick floors, you feel one of the tiles sink beneath your feet, and you get flashbacks to that ziggurat. You jump back just in time for another pendulum to come from the other side and lodge where you would have been. Let me roll for Lucian.
Oh, he better fucking not die. Like,
Okay, with a 17, so that's even better. He'll only have to do it the one time as well.
hallelujah,
Same.
it wasn't with disadvantage.
Yeah, so he hits a tripwire, and you see, in much the same way you did, he actually dives forward because the area that he would have jumped back to had he gone that way gets a large metal spike all the way from the floor up to the ceiling.
Oh, pleasant.
Ha! Thought you could impale me! I've played this game before, Ancient Mahadis, and I'm better at it.
Then navigating through the hallway, Lucian takes you down a couple more twists and turns, and he brings you to the chamber where the chart says is the tomb of Prince Saladin.
Interesting.
So we'll just have to get your stuff back on here.
And which way is he? Oh, I guess we're right there. Okay.
Yeah, so according to the charts, your Prince Saladin should be on the other side of this room.
Are we in a wall right now, or how is this map set up?
The area directly behind you, so to the south of the map, is the basically open hallway that you just came from.
Okay, I'm just confused. Is these circular areas, is this like a wall here, or is this just one open room?
Roll a perception.
Oh, okay.
Soft 20. So as you step out of the hallway, you notice you're on what appears to be an elevated platform. As you look
Okay.
down, there's about 6 feet of clearance between the platform you're on and a large cracked floor directly beneath that.
What's on the ceiling?
From the ceiling itself looks like it's this mangled, almost like twisted root-like carving throughout pretty much the entire thing. And there are several what look like vines dangling down from it, one of which is actually right in between the two platforms, the one you're on and the one on the opposite end of the room.
Okay.
And strewn about the cracked floor, you notice 6 stone chests that appear completely undisturbed.
Oh, you just had to tempt me, didn't you?
Maybe.
How dare you? How far down? Did you say how far down it is?
6 feet.
6 feet. All right. Then I will set up a rope that I can easily get back up.
All right.
And I will go down this side.
Cool. So go ahead and roll me a flat dexterity. Okay. Still above 10. As you touch down, you feel almost like walking through like a dry lake bed. You actually feel a couple of the stones crack under your feet as you step down.
And transforming into a little fox that doesn't weigh much.
Okay. Henceforth, they will be done with advantage, these dexterity throws.
Oh, that's nice. Now, am I gonna have to do that for every step?
Every few. Depends on how long or how far you wish to travel.
Okay, well, let me at least go to this first one.
Okay.
So 3,
Yeah,
3
so
blocks
15.
up.
I'd say that'll make it.
Okay. Well, let me at least investigate first before I transform back.
Okay.
And I'm just telling Lucian and Clover just to stay the fuck there. Like, don't.
Yeah, he's watching you, and he's even giving you a look like are you sure?
Just have him like keep a lookout.
Yeah, he's watching you, and he instructs Clover to watch the other side.
Okay. So, investigation.
With a 17, yeah, this thing has some kind of old stone latch on it. It looks like since it's been sealed, it has not been opened.
Like a latch that I can pick or a latch that I can just pop open?
Yeah, if you were to get some kind of tool under here, you can probably wedge it open.
Okay, and I assume I'll need to transform back into my...
Yes, animals do not have proficiency with tools.
Okay, then I will transform back, and I guess I'll use Thieves' Tools to pry it open.
Alright, go for it. With a 10, you try to, like, pick around for some kind of hole as if you would, like, a normal pin and tumble lock. Unfortunately, nothing doing with this.
Damn it. I just wanted to see what was in one of them.
Might you try the pry bar again?
Is my pry bar not in my Thieves' Tools?
Well, it's a separate roll if you want to do the athletics with the pry bar to just force it open.
Okay. Then yes, I will try that with the pry bar.
Okay.
So
Athletics +2.
Nope.
Yeah,
I'm
unfortunately,
shitty with
it's
athletics.
it's just too heavy.
Gods, do you want some help, perhaps? No, it's fine. I've got this. Clever!
Please be careful.
Clever might as well be my middle name. Alright, so just grip here.
And you watch as like those little sickle claws dig into the stone, and he grabs basically her back half and starts walking away with it. He basically starts stretching her out. He's holding onto her back half while she's still there. So let me roll the dexterity for him. Yeah, same thing. Like you see the stone get a couple of small fissures, but nothing big.
So would you like to try this, or would you like me?
We can do it together.
Well, what I'm asking is, do you want to make the roll, or do you want him to do it?
For what?
The athletics to bust it open.
Oh, I think he has a better athletics than I do because I have a -2 in strength.
Yeah, he has a +2.
Then he can do it.
Okay, and a 1, and a 2, and a fuck you!
Yeah, with a 19, the latch completely busts off because it's stone, and stone doesn't exactly bend, and the lid flies open. Go ahead and roll investigation one more time. With advantage, because it's right up on you. Thank the gods for advantage. Inside, you notice just a shit ton of gold.
I want it all.
Okay, then let me go ahead and roll for that. 200.
200.
Yep, 200 gold, and you can either take the coins individually, or you can just say fuck it and take the entire box.
Taking the entire box. Wait.
Cool, so...
Can I actually just do that?
I mean, yeah.
So I don't even have to open these fucking things. I can just walk up to them and take the whole damn thing? Is that what you're saying?
I assume that's what you wanted to do. I just thought you were opening them all first.
Oh, son of a... But I can open them later at my leisure.
You can.
Oh, god damn it. Alright, well, fine. Then I'm telling him to go back up then.
Can do. Alright, Clover. 1, 2.
And he jumps, and Clover pretty much yanks her back half back and slingshots him a couple feet up.
Okay. Still fun.
Alright, well then I'm just transforming into Fox again.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go up to this one. So however many...
How many feet away is that?
1, 2, 3, 4...
5.
Yeah.
Okay, so make me a dexterity, just a flat dexterity check with advantage because you are a fox.
Oop.
Whew. Again, thank the gods for advantage.
Yes.
Okay, so you managed to make it to this one, no problem.
Okay. And to use my ring, I have to say my little word that I always whisper.
Which requires you be in human form, yes.
Yeah, so I transform back, put my hand on it, and grab it.
Alright. Then this chest, much like the last one, pops into the ring.
And back into fox form, and I will go over to this one.
Roll it.
Oop.
Still doing good. Still playing that game.
Hallelujah. And I transform and do the same thing with that one.
It goes in the ring.
Cool. Alright. Now, I assume this is worse? Or is this just random texture? Does it not matter?
It's a texture. You notice the cracks are obviously a little more rugged and noticeable in that area, but you see nothing that would suggest that it's any less stable than the ground around it.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if I go over it. Okay.
Not particularly, no.
Okay, well then I'm gonna come back to my little rope.
All right, go ahead and roll it one more time since you covered a lot of ground there.
Okay. Woohoo.
Oh yeah, you managed to find the sturdiest parts in the floor, and you just gracefully do a little fox hop.
Alright, back up the rope over here. I'm gonna put the rope. God damn it, go away. I'm gonna put the rope down on this side and do the same thing.
All right. Then Lucian is going to move over to that side as well.
Yeah, god damn it.
And for the initial getting down, regular dexterity. You feel something give as a large fissure begins connecting your foot to that large crack in the center.
And immediately into fox.
You have, I would say, maybe 3 things you can do as that fissure begins to spiderweb out from where your human form was just standing. Yeah, like Lucian notices that and gets a slight "oh shit" look on his face, like,
Thalia, you may want to hurry up.
Could I jump?
Yes, I believe you can, what is it, you can jump a number of feet equal to your strength score?
My strength is -2.
No, your strength score is 8.
My score is 6. If that's what you're talking about.
6? Why is... Oh, okay,
I'm
so you can
-2.
clear... Okay, so you can clear one of those spaces, so you can land right next to the chest. However, if you are jumping, I will say it will be one more... I'd give you an acrobatic, since you're technically doing something acrobatic as you land next to that chest, if you want it.
Okay, let's try that. I'm better at acrobatics.
Yeah, with a 23... You feel the area that you just kicked off of start to spiderweb out a little faster, but you do get to the chest just fine.
Okay, so I'm
And
like
at this
right
point,
here.
yeah, and at this point, Lucian actually picks up your rope, like coils it in his hand, and throws it over to where the chest is. Let me go ahead and do a dexterity for him to make that. Yeah, you see, like, as you come up on this chest, your rope lands pretty much right over top of it, and Lucian's grabbing the other end.
Why?
Because the floor under you is about to give.
Oh, then I transform back, take the thing, and grab the rope.
As you do, let me go ahead and make a roll for him to determine what happens next. Okay, then Clover with the assist, maybe? Not much of one. How much does Thalia weigh?
Where is She weighs 90 pounds.
90. Okay.
Now, could she transform after grabbing the
Yes.
chest and transform
Yes.
into Fox and just grab the rope with her teeth?
Yes, I will allow that, and that will actually make his shitty rolls much better.
Okay.
Because as that happens, the spiderweb cracks begin to fissure outward, go to that center, and then the rocks that make up that floor start to just completely fall away.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, and Lucian's able to pull little Fox Thalia up.
And there goes those other two chests, don't they?
Yeah, the floor is now basically sort of caving in around that hole, and then as it gets closer, the floor just opens up, and it's just a pit of darkness under there. It takes a good maybe 15 seconds before you hear the stone clatter on whatever is below.
Right, well, that was harrowing.
Let's not do that again.
I would agree. And I don't think either of us possesses the leg strength to make that jump.
No. But there is this vine here. Is it still there?
Yes,
Can I perception to see if it's sturdy enough?
go for it. It definitely looks thick and capable of supporting weight.
Okay, well. Fuck it, I guess I'll try.
Okay. Then you reach out, or you rather lunge out. Go ahead and roll me in acrobatics one more time to make a grab for it. 9. Okay. So you don't slip per se, or you don't slip off per se, but you try to grab high on it and you slide down a little bit, and you basically are now hugging this thing. Like, you do not want to let go, and you gained no forward momentum from what you just did.
So, Clover's
However-
stretch ability.
Yes, in theory it could get us over there, but that would be more like walking a tightrope.
I meant, can she stretch to get the vine?
Oh, yes, of course. Alright, Clover.
Clover walks up. So you're technically now dangling above all of this.
I'm above this?
Yeah, you're basically like right here hanging from this vine.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize I'd actually grab the vine.
And as Clover begins to like prepare herself, roll me a perception one more time. With a soft 20, from above you, you hear,
Oh, son of a bitch.
yeah, or let me see if I can get a better one. And as you look up, you begin to see those twisted root-like sculpting, carvings into the ceiling. They begin to shift.
Hurry up now.
And or hold on, because as you follow them with your eyes, you now see that what you are holding is not a vine. And as it hangs down and the head of this creature begins to hang from the ceiling to examine you, in art post, you see you are basically holding on to the tail antenna of a 12-foot long centipede.
Ew.
Go ahead and make him known.
Oh god, he's gross. He's gross. Get me off, get me off, get me off, get me off, get me off.
Then roll a dexterity save. With a 10, yeah, he manages, or you fling yourself off over here.
Oh, gross, gross, gross.
And as he hangs down from the ceiling, you see like mandibles clicking against each other.
Kill it! Kill it! It's disgusting.
Yes, I would very much love to.
And as you say that, you see more of those things on the ceiling begin to come down.
Oh no, 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 no. They're so
Yeah, like-
gross.
Yeah, you hear a dull thud as one of them drops right next to you.
Gross,
Roll
gross,
initiative.
Gross, 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 gross.
Knew you would love this.
Ew. Okay, I need to pee real quick while you set that up.
I'll bet you just had the piss scared out of you.
Shut up.
So I'll go ahead, add Thalia to turn. What are you thinking so far, MJ? MJ? Well, alright then. I'm gonna move this back. Alright.
Oh, God, they're still gross.
And they're probably gonna keep being gross. Let me go ahead and roll for them. Oof. That boy's even faster than you. Let me see.
Jesus fuck. Oh my God, how many are there?
6. 6 centipedes. Ah, ah, ah.
Ew.
Nah, it's fine.
Ew.
Everything's fine.
No, no, it's not.
Except the part where it is.
No, no.
Which one rolled a 0?
0.
That's what I'm seeing. I see a 20, a 15. Oh, that's supposed to be a 19 for one of them. Wonder why that didn't take. Whatever. All right. So which one? This one over here is going to get the first move.
No.
What is their speed? Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. And now seeing you, he's going to try to make a nibble.
Ha! Miss, bitch.
Yeah, so you're able to kind of duck out of the way as just this massive 12-foot long centipede goes to take a lunge at you with those scissor-like jaws.
This is so disgusting. You chose these on purpose, didn't you?
Of course I did. And that one that you were clinging to, let me make a dex save for him, or dex throw rather. Yeah, he flings himself over and lands right next to you.
Go away! I'm surrounded. I don't like this.
Incidentally, since I did that, I'm not going to let him use an attack action this turn.
But now they have advantage on me, don't they?
A couple of them do. But it's now your turn.
Fuck. I don't like being close. Shit. What's this? What is this? Okay. Shit. And I guess I'll just use my Kopeshes.
All right.
I don't really have anything.
All right, which one are you aiming for?
Now, I do have a question. Am I able to knock them off?
That would be an athletics check versus them. And before you grunt at me too much for that, I will say they actually have even worse strength score than you do.
Okay, so, like, if I were to fight this one, as I'm doing the Kopeshes, could I sort of, like, try and pop it off the side as I'm hitting it?
I would say you can either try to attack it or try to push it.
Oh. Fuck it. I'll try to push it.
All right. And it'll be your athletics versus his.
Come on, athletics. Oh, fuck yes.
Oh, yeah, against a soft 1. So, yeah, you manage to... Like, this thing, as it begins to lurch up from having just landed there and getting ready to right itself to attack you, you manage to get in, like, pretty much right under where its jaw is and shove the bulk of its body off the edge. And I'm just going to roll its... Let me see. Pretty sure this is gonna... Oh, yeah, it's not surviving that fall. After about 15 seconds, you hear a splat, and that one is dead.
Yes. All right. Now, was that an action, or can I yell?
That was an action, but communicating is a free action.
Okay, then I'm gonna yell over to Lucian that you can push them off.
Lovely. Yeah, get right on that then, shall I?
You said that was a free action. I'll chance it. Okay, that's it for me.
Okay. Next up is Clover's turn. And you see her begin to turn towards Lucian. And she's going to go right next to him. And she is going to attack with Sickle Claws. And wouldn't you know it, that's going to hit. So she jumps over and rakes right across this thing's underside. Unfortunately, she's not a high enough level yet to have multiple actions. But next up is this centipede up here's turn. And he begins to start eking his way down under the platform that you're standing on.
Gross, 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 gross.
Nah, you love these bugs.
So gross.
Next up is the one right in front of you.
Miss.
So this one too, it rears up, and you hear that chittery... And it goes to lunge, and you manage to nimbly avoid. Next up is the one Lucian is dealing with. It goes to bite him. You see, he actually doesn't so much dodge, so much as kind of leans his body sideways, and the thing actually bites what you think is him, but then you hear like a sound of metal being hit, and he takes no damage from it. And now that it's Lucian's turn, he's going to take your advice and try to push it off.
No.
Well, let's see. The centipede could still do really shittily.
No.
And it does not. So it is now essentially on top of him.
No.
Yeah, like you see him go to shove it, and it just kind of plops on top of him, like still kind of holding it in his jaws, like, oh, fuck, fuck, fuck! And next up is the other one. It's going to come up and it's going to get an attack with advantage for flanking.
No.
And that advantage matches, so it hits.
Of course it's poison.
Well, DC 18 for con save or take the poison. Which he fails!
Of course he does.
Fucking hell,
God damn
Lucian.
it, Lucian.
I swear this is not how I wanted this to go.
He's got some shitty rolls.
But yeah, you hear like an audible, "Oh, God!" as that one digs into him. And we're now back at the top of the order with the centipede directly to your left.
Miss.
Then nothing doing with that one. It is now your turn.
Alright. The one that just moved up, I'm going to try and push him off.
Alright, go for it. Athletics versus his.
Damn it. Damn it.
So, same thing. This one lunges on top of you, and now he's got you pinned.
Oh god, so gross.
Yeah, and you... I'm not going to do it again because it kind of bugs my throat, but you hear that chittering as he gets ready to bite you again.
It's so disgusting.
Nah, it's fine. So... yeah, so while restrained is pretty much what you are. Your speed becomes 0, can't benefit from any bonus to speed. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and the ones you make have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Ugh.
And Clover, not taking any of this shit from this fucking bug that's got her master pinned. Oh, yeah, nat 20 as her tail leers up at this thing, like, points at it like a gun. For 17 damage. This thing, as it was leaning down, like, getting ready to bite Lucian, you see the bullet go in where its head is and out about halfway down its body. It falls dead and falls over the side.
Oh, so they don't have too much HP.
No, they've only got about 17 apiece.
Oh. Well, shit.
But next up is this boy, and he comes up, crawls up from the other side.
So gross.
Nah, they're cuddly. And they love to nibble your face. Does that hit?
It's
The
advantage,
22.
so yeah.
Constitution save.
Oh, no.
So a combined 23.
Fuck.
I thought it would be easy. DC 11's not that high.
Alright, well, I have 11 hit points, so...
And the other one? 16?
Yep, that hits.
Fuck. Constitution save. Alright, you beat it, so you only take the 6 piercing.
Yeah, only. Yeah, I have 5 hit points left.
Yeah, Lucian, seeing this... fuck. I was hoping I wouldn't have to run this out just yet. And hup! Heals you for 10.
It's a touch.
Oh shit, you're right. He can't do that.
Well, alright then.
Then he withdraws a pistol from his pouch and fires at the one that has you pinned. And that'll absolutely hit. And a shot rings out through the hall as the one on the left takes 5 points of piercing damage.
I assume he's still on me, though.
That actually gets him no longer restraining you. If you want to spend half your movement on your turn, you can get up.
Okay. Well, considering I don't really have anywhere to move.
Yeah, at this point, you have gone from restrained to simply prone.
Okay.
So you can crawl or spend half your movement to get up. You still have disadvantage on attack rolls, and everything else is pretty much the same. Only difference is you can actually move now. So the next is the one next to Lucian. It's going to take a nibble at him. And he's going to miss. Next up is the one that just tried to restrain you. Or was restraining you for a while. Whoops. $23.
Obviously. Yep, I'm dead.
Alright, then... Go ahead and roll that Constitution save just in case. Alright, you beat it out. Then your turn, go ahead and roll a death saving throw.
How do I do that? Just. Oh,
It should be...
I see it.
Yeah. Okay, so you have one success. Clover's turn. She's going to blast that one that had you restrained. 21 will hit. For 13. That centipede on to the left of your token has pretty much one leg left to stand on as Clover rears up and fires a shot, taking it down to pretty much nothing. However, thinking you're dead, this one is going to crawl back up onto the ceiling and is going to start inching towards Lucian. As is this one. Lucian's turn. He is going to stand. And on the one standing directly in front of him, is going to reach out and touch him. Jesus Christ, Lucian.
So clearly he was not the one to come tomb raiding with.
Clearly. But with his free action, he kind of looks over in your direction. Alright, Clever. Prepare to cross the gap. As the centipede closest to him prepares to attack. Ooh, that'll hit. Con save for Lucian. And he'll make it, so he's only taking the 3. The weak one slowly gets up onto the ceiling and starts crawling its way over. Your turn. Go ahead and make a death save. That's another pass.
Okay. I'll just lay here.
Clover's turn. She's still focused on that one she shot before. She's going for it one more time. Unfortunately, this time she misses. However, she does break from combat with the one she's with, incurring an attack, which will hit. So she gets pierced for 6, but she's a construct, so she's immune to poison, thankfully. And with a running show of acrobatics, makes it over to where you are.
Cool.
6. That one's still on the ceiling. It's not quite down yet.
Oh, well, this is just perfect, isn't it? Fuck it, trying this again!
Jesus Christ.
They tie. So for this, I'm gonna actually try that again for both of them. God, Lucian, why are you so bad at this?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, he is under the centipede again. Fuck! I hate this! Fuck! And that centipede's gonna attack him. And he's gonna miss.
I think you're
Do you
just trying
have-
to kill us.
I'm really not. I thought this would be easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn. Go ahead. Death save. Got 2 successes, no failures. I think a 10... What does a 10 count as? Death save, death save, death save. 10 counts as a fail.
Son of a bitch.
So 2 successes, 1 failure.
It's a fun fight. I hate you.
No, it's fine. So from where she is, Clover is going to come up to you. And Lucian actually did store a spell in her before all this started. It's only a level 1, but it's something. In the same sort of gesture, you see her, or you don't see her, you're kind of unconscious, but you are healed for 12, and as you come to your senses, you look over and you see Clover emanating that same kind of heat that she did when she was space heating the sand vehicle, except now the light is green.
Well, I definitely appreciate it. I give her
And
a
as
pat
a-
on the head.
And as a free action, she's now, like, she's still facing where Lucian is, but she kind of gestures to you.
The fuck was that?
As in, like, a mechanical hiss.
Oh. Then yes.
Next up is going to be the one to the right of Lucian. Matches both, so yeah. Oh, Jesus. How much does he have left?
Probably not much.
Not a lot, yeah. Con save.
Jesus fuck.
Oh, well. Lucian is unconscious.
Of course he is. It's fun, babe. So much fun. So much
Didn't think a bunch of fucking bugs would be that much of a problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, when they have advantage.
Well, I had to make it at least somewhat challenging.
I know, I know. What the fuck? No, no, go away.
Gonna go ahead and make a death save for Lucian.
It's probably gonna suck.
That is a fail. Or actually, only 4, because he's got to cling up and go to the ceiling. Now it's your turn.
Okay, well, for a bonus action, can I heal myself first with one of those little candy things?
Yeah, I'd say you can throw back a candy as a bonus.
Okay, what was the... I didn't actually put them in here, so I don't...
Oh, they're made from normal potions of healing, so it's a it's 1 additional, so it's 3d4 plus 3.
So... Here's your 3d4 and then plus 3.
Yeah,
9.
so 9.
Okay. So I have that. Whew, okay. That's a little bit better. Alright. And now to attack. Am I still prone? Or am I back
No,
up?
I'd say you're back up.
Okay. Then I have no idea who is who.
So this one is the one that looks haggard, the one that Clover shot when it was on top of you.
Okay, so he's almost dead.
Yeah, the other 3 I don't believe have been touched yet.
Okay, well then I'll kill the one that's almost dead. Hopefully. Let's throw some foxfire at it. God fucking damn it.
Not with a 9. Tell you what, because this encounter is going a little shitty, go ahead and try that one more time. I'm not actively trying to kill you here. A 14 will hit.
Thank you.
Yeah, 19, you take aim at the ceiling and you blast this thing completely the fuck off of it. You still have a move action if you want one. All 3 of those centipedes are currently on the ceiling. Or except the one closest to Lucian, that was the one that attacked him.
I'll move back a little bit.
Alright. Now it's Clover's turn. She's going to take aim upward and fire at will on this boy. And she's going to hit. For 11 piercing, you watch like a good 6 or 7 of this thing's legs just get shredded clean off as this bullet passes through it. And now the one closest to Lucian. The one in front of Clover drops down on top of that ledge and goes to make a bite on her. Oh, that'll hit. For another 3 piercing. Time for Lucian's next throw.
God damn it.
Oh, jeez. So still on the still on the ceiling. He hasn't come down yet. But now it's your turn.
Okay. Oops. No, not that. That's not what I want to do. Fuck. Damn it.
What exactly are you trying to do?
Was gonna try to healing words him.
What's the range on that? Is it 60?
60.
I mean, you can move up a couple of spaces and it'll still
know,
work.
But I didn't want to. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to. Is that enough? That's just
Yep.
barely enough. Okay. So...
What inspiring words do you utter to heal this man?
Get up, bitch.
Healing for 2. Definitely better than nothing.
It beats him doing another death saving throw and dying.
It does. That definitely beats that. Go ahead and get rid of those fails. And you see from his unconscious form just... Oh, God. Okay.
Okay, and healing word is a bonus action, so I still get my action.
Yes, you do.
Now, does that mean I can still throw Foxfire?
Yep, that's an action.
Cool. I will throw it at this one.
All right.
10?
No, unfortunately.
Dang it.
But Clover's going to go again and see what works. But a 12 will not. And that one descends and clings onto the ledge, so he can't attack just yet. One in front of Clover, however... Whoops. The centipede, not the robot. Yeah, that'll hit. Clover's starting to get some serious dents in her body.
Don't kill the kitty.
But Lucian rights himself up, takes aim.
Step away from the cat.
And that'll hit for 11.
Which one did he hit?
He hit the one that just attacked Clover, so this one here. So as it manages to bite her, but as it rears its head back to go for another one, you see just the bottom of its head just and its body falls over the edge.
2 left.
So next up is this one, the forwardmost one. He's going to come up 1, drop, and he's going to make a go for Clover.
Ha.
So I'm going to roll this anyway. He bit his buddy's tail. So you see the other centipede just physically in pain as this other one bites him. Your turn.
Cool. I'm going to throw Foxfire at this one.
All right, go for it. Nope, 12 will not.
Son of a... Alright, well, that's all I got. So...
Well, you have a bonus action, and you still have a Kopesh in your offhand, don't you?
Oh, am I allowed to do that?
The double-handed attack is a bonus action.
Oh, I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah, you just don't add your proficiency bonus to it. But a 24 will hit. For 6 slashing. Yeah, he's not looking so great. He is, however, now alerted to the fact that you are up and moving around again.
That's okay, there's only 2 of them left.
Clover's going to stick a sickle into that other one. With a nat 20.
Hallelujah. Finally a good roll.
Yep. So the one that just got his tail bit, she pretty much slices him clean in half, and the now bisected parts fall into the ravine. And from the other side, Lucian takes aim once more. For 11, you watch as, pretty much as you're sliding the Kopesh back out of this creature, its chest is pretty much ripped asunder and explodes, and it falls under.
Hallelujah. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Well,
You hear from the other side.
that was really, really fun, huh?
Never again, please.
No, I agree. Turns out, my maker's a bit of a bitch. Not ready for that just yet.
Well, let's heal up.
Right, gonna patch this up, huh? Hold on.
Gonna cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds on himself.
Okay, not much, but better than nothing. So there's no rope now. So Clover, if you would.
How many of those candies do we have?
I believe Jericho. How many did Jericho give you? Did you not write it down?
No, you didn't actually say.
Because I know he had 3 on him.
Well, he had 3 potions. He was making more.
Yeah, but that would have taken him a day to do.
Yeah, but I told him to do it the first day we were in transit.
Okay, then you would have had 6. 5 if you count the one that you already ate.
Okay, so I have 5 more.
Yeah, and you watch as Clover shoots her upper half over to where Lucian is.
So would you mind grabbing her back, please?
Yeah, she moves up to do that.
Alright, then he is going to drop off, roll athletics with advantage.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, that's gonna suck. Nope.
Okay. So for Clover...
I told you I have shitty athletics.
And Clover does too. Okay. So you completely lose your grip.
Of course I do.
Yeah, and they both fall, and you hear
Son of a
echoing down.
bitch.
You basically hear echoing down.
Oh shit!
But roll a perception.
Did I just kill both of them?
Roll a perception. You hear what you swear is a from the bottom.
Airbag. But doesn't that mean Clover's crushed?
You don't know. You can't see that far down.
Dancing lights.
Can only go down, I think, 40 feet, because they all have to be within a certain distance of each other.
It says it's a range of 120 feet. I can move the lights up to 60 feet per turn, but since it's not a turn, and a light must be within 20 feet of another light.
Within 20 feet.
Yeah,
Okay, so
within
that would
20
that would
feet of
give you a
another light, and there's 4 of them.
yeah. That would still well, actually. Let me go ahead and roll. Let me see what exactly became of Clover. Oh yeah, no, she's crushed.
Oh no!
So roll me one more perception.
You're gonna make me cry.
So you actually hear this time.
Can you hear me up there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right, well. Wonderful grip. Kudos.
My bad.
Yes, well. Do what you need to up there. I'm going to start mending Clover. Oh, gods.
How exactly are you getting back up?
Well, that does present a small problem now, doesn't it?
How far down is this again?
You could ask.
Oh, I guess I asked him how far down it is.
Pretty far. I can see the light, but it's far away. At least 100 feet.
Great. I have absolutely nothing. My rope is only 50 feet.
I know.
so-
You do have that sarcophagus over there, though.
What good is that going to do with him in a hole?
I mean, technically, that's the reason you came here.
I'm still more focused on trying to get my friend out from the hole.
I know.
Well, if he says he's fine right now, I guess I'll go over there.
Yeah, he's taken to repairing Clover while you're doing whatever up here.
Alright. I guess I'll go over here.
Alright. Athletics +2 to pop it open. Yeah, with a 17, you managed to slide the lid off. Investigation. With a 10, inside you see, well, on the lid, for starters, you see the image of the soldier with the crossed kopeshes. Inside, you see a man dressed in very regal attire. And it's not just his clothing either. Like, even the bandages that he's wrapped in seem to be made of significantly better quality than everything else you've seen in this tomb so far. But he has two almost like mock kopeshes. They almost look like they were made to be exact replicas of yours, crossed over his chest.
Okay, so do I roll something to see if I know this is? I assume this is Saladin.
According
That's where
according
we
to
were
the
going
chart.
anyway.
Yeah, according to the chart, this is his tomb. So this would be his sarcophagus, and those stone chests would have been what he was buried with.
Okay. Then I guess I'll cast both Speak with Dead and Tongues.
Alright. Then, as you cast Speak with Dead, laying before you now is an almost spectral form of kind of like a middle-aged, tan-skinned human male.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and as he rises up, he appears to sort of take a couple steps forward and sits in what you can assume is a sort of throne posture. Like, obviously there's no chair for him to sit in, but he's sitting on the air.
And who are you to wish audience with me?
My name is Thalia.
Well met, Thalia. Where, might I ask, is your decorum?
My what?
Your decorum, girl. You stand before royalty. Stand being the operative term.
Oh, she kneels.
Better. What would you wish of me?
I wish to know more about your kopeshes.
The royal blades. A gift hard won in the campaigns to the north. With your people.
He says as he narrows his eyes.
So you won them from the Kitsune?
Taken from one of your nobles.
Do you know
And I see you possess a similar pair.
Yes, I do. Do you know which nobles?
I believe they were from...
And I'm just going to give you a random name. A house... Where's Saladin's story? Shit. House Mikawa, he tells you.
Can I roll something to know if I know who that is?
I would say you don't even have to for that. You know that, there is a warlord back in Kiriyama named Go, and that's his family name.
Okay.
You remember, from your time with the king, Go was one of your harshest critics.
So
Like,
getting information from him is gonna be a bitch.
Yeah, he made absolutely every attempt he could to point out the fact that you were a commoner working among royals, and he made no secret of the fact that he did not like you.
Cool. That's gonna be annoying. I thank him for the information, and then I ask if he knows who Pirate Harlock is.
Yes, the one who captured the artifact. Make no mistake, Mahad will hunt him down and put him to the sword, reclaiming the artifact and placing us at the top as it was always meant to be.
What can you tell me about the artifact?
Unfortunately, I do not know. None of us do. Harlock himself has been very tight-lipped, despite our long-standing agreement.
How did he get it?
Well, he found it. Stole, some might say, from somewhere in the South Sea.
Do you know anything about his, 8 officers?
The vagabonds that sail with him. What information could you possibly want with them?
Just anything you might know.
What is the... Could you double check for me what the duration on Speak with Dead is?
Oh, yeah, hang on. You really don't want me to have this information, do you?
Oh, it's not that I don't want you to have the information. I just need to know how much time I have to play with.
Well, that says 10 minutes.
Okay. That's more than enough to have this conversation.
Okay.
So what information did you want?
Just information on them. Like, I have a little bit, but just more into, like, who they are, where they're usually at. Really anything I can glean about them. Because I don't have much on most of them.
All right.
The majority of his officers are your standard affair, as far as pirates go. There is the Nogitsune who raises the dead and uses them against Harlock's enemies. Then there is the Phoenix. He who flies high into the sun and descends with the wrath of flames upon Harlock's enemies. The Merfolk, the one whose songs can rip sailors asunder.
Just how much information are you going for here? Because this might get a little close to...
Close to what? I mean, you haven't told me anything I don't already know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I already know all their names and what they are.
Then you can stop him if you want, because this is all stuff you know.
Oh, so he won't have anything...
It doesn't appear so. I could run down the entire list, but it seems to be just like what they are and what they do.
Okay, then no, I'll just go ahead and stop him and say I already know all of those.
Quite rude. Then enlighten me, child. What do you not know? What information do you want?
Well, if he's not going to know anything more about the 8, then that's kind of...
Because you also got to remember, he's living in that age right now. He's not aware that he's dead.
I know, but he already said he doesn't know what the artifact is, or...
Well, to be fair, nobody knows what it is.
Yeah, or where Harlock got it. He doesn't know anything about the 8, and he already told me about the Kopeshes, so... I can't think of anything else I guess I can just ask him more information on Harlock. What does he know about him?
The one known as Harlock Roberts originally came from the west, somewhere around Mount Dunbull, as I recall. I would imagine if you are looking for friends and family, I would start there.
Okay.
However, if you are looking to press him for information using these people as leverage, many have tried and failed. He took no lover that anyone ever knew about, nor does he have any progeny of which we're aware.
Okay. She thanks him, and I guess that'll be it.
Sun go with you, child.
And with you.
And he returns to sitting upright in his throne, kind of looking forward, until you dismiss the spell.
Okay. So now back to how the fuck am I gonna get Lucian out of this hole?
As you say that, you hear from the hole.
So good news! Turns out magic makes this much easier.
Usually does.
Yes, she's back in one piece now.
She wouldn't happen to fly, would she?
Unfortunately not. Though if you want to come down, we could always try the air back again.
And what good would me coming down do?
Well, now that her eyes are back on, it seems there's a whole other level that was sealed off by that floor.
Alright, can I see down there? Perception?
Your dancing lights only let you go about, what do you say, 80 feet if they're spaced 20 feet apart?
Well, I mean, there's 4 of them, so yeah. Yeah. Because I can also cast them at a range of 120, so I can cast them further down.
That's true, you can.
So I can cast them at the end of my dark vision, which should be 60. Yeah, it's 60.
Okay. So 60 and then an additional 80 on top of that?
Mm-hmm.
You do so, and at the very bottom, go ahead and roll me a perception now that you're doing that. Nat 20. At the very end of that, you can see the glowing of Clover's eyes just a little beyond the reach of your farthest ball of light.
Okay, but I at least know where she is.
Yes, with the nat 20, you can gauge they're about 150 feet below you.
Okay. Then, to avoid crushing her...
Oh, it wasn't Lucian's weight that did her in, it was the fall.
Oh, okay. So me falling down isn't going to hurt her?
No.
Okay, then I let Lucian know that I'm gonna head down.
Lovely. If you want, I've actually got a spell that can make this a little simpler for you.
Do tell.
Have you ever heard of Featherfall?
I assume yes.
That would be... Roll me an Arcana. With a 19, you understand it's a spell that can be cast. Basically, if you're falling, your rate of descent slows to about 60 feet per 6 seconds, so 10 feet a second, until the spell ends, which is usually over the course of a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And if you land before the spell ends, you take no falling damage and can land on your feet. At which point the spell ends for you.
Okay. Can he even cast it this high up?
Right, so if you want, you can jump down and I can try to time it right to, once you are in range of the spell, to cast it on you.
Sure, because everything else has gone so well. So she
Lovely.
basically says, "Alright,
Down
I'm
you go.
jumping."
Down you go then.
And she jumps.
Alright.
Because
Get you off of there.
Everything else has gone so well this session.
And once you are within range, basically, Lucian, are your lights still up? Are you maintaining those?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I need to do anything to...
Okay, then, yeah, he would be able to see you as you descend, and he'd be able to cast it. So go ahead and... Boop. Just for the sake of what it is, who it is. Go ahead and burn one of his slots for that. And you feel yourself, as you get closer to the floor, like you think, oh fuck, like this is it, I made a terrible mistake. And as you see Clover's eyes or the floor begin to get closer and closer, you go to like cross your arms over your face so you don't have to see it, and then you feel your descent start to slow, and you levitate slowly down to the ground next to the two.
Okay. Well, that wasn't as bad.
Unfortunately, I'm a bit of at a loss as how we're going to get back up there, but...
Well, hopefully there is another way out.
I'd imagine there would be. Alright then. Shall we press on?
Yes, let's.
Then roll me one more survival to navigate this sort of labyrinthian tunnel that Lucian has found.
Just
Can you
add
go
it
ahead
to
and-
the rolls for this session.
Lucian's almost as lost. Survival is wisdom, right? Okay, so you both don't really know where to go, but Clover actually kind of tugs at both of your clothes and starts taking the lead.
Well, that's good.
I guess we follow the cat then.
Better than
And
nothing.
she leads you through a series of winding hallways with a bunch of potential dead-end turns, and you eventually empty out in this chamber.
That is a lot of loot.
Yes, so it seems. I think we might have actually found the tomb of King Mahod the First here.
Well, that would be nice. Before I walk in, though, I'm going to perception the room,
Go for it.
because there is probably something in here.
As you're entering this chamber, you notice you pass through the legs of what appears to be a giant metal sculpture. Lining the edges, the walls of this room appear to be empty torch braziers. The thing that catches your eye the most is the giant heaping pile of gold in the center of the room, like just gold and treasure and a bunch of other shit just stacked in here. Behind that, on the far end of the room, are two smaller piles, these ones adorned with various ore and crystals and other things. And in the center of the room, flanked by two very old-looking metal statues, is an intricate sarcophagus made what looks almost entirely of pure gold.
I want it all, which means it's probably trapped. Okay. You said these are like little empty braziers, or what were they again?
Braziers, like basically a
Yeah.
thing you would keep like fire in to light up the room.
I feel like there's a trap in here somewhere. Because I want all of it.
Well, you'll never know if you don't go.
You're appealing to my greed.
Oh, it's almost like this session was made for you.
Oh, shut your face. Okay. Well,
Yeah, Lucian's keeping the pace with you. And now that you're in this room, Clover is following behind.
I'm also going to be looking for something that I can use, like Nikos has. I assume there might be something in here I can use.
Yes.
So with my perception, I didn't see any traps. It's just the basically. What I see
No,
here.
you see no traps, but there is since it's a soft 20, I will give you this. Behind, like as you start to move around the big pile of gold and you can see that sarcophagus better, on the wall directly behind it, so up here where its head would be, there is what appears to be the upper half of some kind of darkened face on the wall.
Pleasant. I'm just afraid that if I take something, something's gonna happen.
Touch nothing but the lamp.
Exactly. You son of a bitch.
Love you too.
I'm sorry, my greed is winning out. I really want all of it. I'm gonna get closer to the pile.
Nothing happens.
Can I investigate the pile?
Go for it. With a 15, you notice they're gold pieces, but they are very different from the gold coins that you know.
And that's all that's here. It's all just gold.
Yes, gold and looks like the sort of rotting away remains of chests that at one point contained it. Best as you can tell, if this is the tomb of King Mahad I, he was buried with every penny that he owned. But where the currency, or actually roll a history.
I mean, gold is gold. I can melt it down.
Gold is gold, but the currency used now is something known as the Ushilian crown. That's what one gold piece amounts to. This looks like something very different and significantly older.
Okay.
So they're still gold coins. They're just very old.
Fuck it. I'm gonna start putting them in my ring.
All right. I would say it takes... I imagine you're just like pushing your hand through the pile and the gold is just disappearing as you do.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, then for the sake of this, I would say just pretend that pile of gold is no longer there.
Okay.
So you are free to move about the room as if that's no longer encumbering your path.
So how much old gold do I have? Because I assume I have to find somebody who knows this gold.
Yeah, I would say for that, I actually had that one down. That is roughly 5,000 ancient gold coins.
Okay. Alright, and nothing happened? I got the gold just fine?
Yeah, you got the gold.
Huh, okay. Go investigate this pile then.
All right. In that bag, you find... Or go ahead and roll investigation.
I wasn't about to correct you if you were going to tell me what was in it.
No. So in that pile, you find another 200 of those gold coins. You find a large chunk of gold ore, an amethyst crystal, and a sack containing 20 pieces of obsidian.
I will write all that later. Okay, and that's just in the sack.
Yeah, the 20 pieces of obsidian are in the sack.
Okay. What about this weird crystal thingy?
That's an amethyst crystal.
Oh, okay. Can I just grab that, or do I need
Yeah, I'd say you got all of it. So amethyst crystal, gold ore, sack
the
containing...
whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing else over here?
Not over there, no. So that area is effectively done.
Okay. Well, then I come over to this area too. And I'm still
All
looking
right.
for something that I can use if this is... I assume this is all gold and something, so I guess not.
Well, you can still... This is still a good, pretty penny.
Oh yeah, I know. I was still just looking for whatever.
I know. We haven't gotten to that part yet.
Gone to what part yet? Oh, there's more treasure?
course there is.
Awesome.
You're in a king's tomb.
Yeah, I was expecting like some sort of artifacts, not just gold, so.
We're getting there. Roll investigation for that pile.
Calm down.
I'm perfectly
Give me
calm.
my green. Ah, fuck.
Lucian will come up and assist.
How nice of him. It's almost like you love me.
So, just how much emotional attachment do you have to all of this?
Well, I want all of it, so would you like some of it? Or we're just
That would be
taking
nice.
all of it.
I did almost die for you upstairs.
Don't worry, we'll split this later, but I would like to take all of it at least.
Alright. So here you're looking at what looks like a garnet crystal.
Okay.
What looks to be a large chunk of silver ore.
Okay.
A large chunk of some other kind of metal ore. I'm actually not quite sure what this purple shit is. And about 250 of these gold coins.
Okay. And she takes it and puts it all in the ring.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Feel like we should probably be working our way towards the centerpiece of the room.
We'll get there. I'm gonna inspect these little statues beside him first.
Alright, go for it. Best as you can tell, let me see.
These appear to be inert constructs.
Well, hopefully they stay inert.
It looks like whatever was powering them died out and lost its energy a long time ago, but it seems as though at one point they were charged with protecting the king.
Do you want them?
If you've got no gripes against taking them with us.
Nope. And she pockets both of
Perfect.
them into the ring.
Cool. You now have 2 ancient Mahadi golems.
Cool. They will be solely for Lucian. Alright, well then I guess I'll inspect the weird sarcophagus thingy.
Alright, you also notice, now that you're closer to it, you can go ahead and roll me a perception with advantage on the wall at the head of the sarcophagus. Staring back at you is... It's weird. It vaguely resembles the fox masks, like the kitsune masks that you were familiar with back in Kiriyama, but it looks significantly more demonic, almost like if a kitsune got crossed with a dragon or a wyvern. And it's got a very unsettling visage as it stares at you. It seems to be just a mask hung on the wall.
Now I feel like this is the trap. The object you're not supposed to move. Fuck.
I feel like if there was a trap in here, you would have set it off by stealing all of the king's shit by now.
That is true. Fuck it. She takes it off the wall and pockets it.
As you go to put it into the ring, it pops immediately back out into your hand.
What the fuck? She tries again.
Immediately back into your hand, this time with a small square of paper that appears to be adhesive on one side stuck to the mask's forehead that says, "Nope."
Oh, son of a bitch, Juggalo. Can I roll? Now that I'm holding it, is there anything else I can roll to see anything else about it?
An investigation with advantage now that it's in your hands.
Thank God for advantage.
No kidding. So, still kind of unsettling. You can almost feel almost like this sense of unease, like almost like there's something like you're holding it, you know it's just a mask, but looking at it, like locking eyes with its eye holes, you almost feel like something is looking back at you.
That's pleasant. She kind of holds it out to Lucian. Any idea?
None whatsoever. Though I would strongly advise we not try it on, at least not until we can figure out just what the fuck is up with it.
Agreed. I guess she'll attach it to her belt somehow.
Right then. Well, shall we see about the king then?
Yes, let's.
Athletics with advantage +2.
Poke.
Yeah, a 12. You managed to pry the lid off of the sarcophagus. And inside you find... Let me go ahead and roll this. All right. 2 of these. $25 times 25. My mental math is not what I'd like it to be. You find 4 very old golden jars. And you, just looking at them, you estimate their combined value is around 625 gold. And they are arrayed around the head of this ancient-looking mummy, dressed in clothes from an era you've never seen before. In addition, there's also... his hands are curled up around what looks like one of those leather tubes that you would put a painting in if you were looking to keep it safe.
Mm-hmm.
And he appears to be wearing some kind of old armor made of a metal reminiscent of what Lucian uses in his constructs.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna assume this is the guy we're looking for.
That would certainly stand to reason, yes.
Well, I guess it's time to wake him up and talk to him too. Hopefully he's not gonna be mad that I stole all his shit. So yeah, I cast Speak with Dead and Tongues again.
Alright, much like Prince Saladin did, you see this astral form of what you assume to be the people jerky in the sarcophagus walk forward and sits kind of on the edge of the sarcophagus as if it is a throne.
Speak, child. Why have you come?
Are you King Mahad the First?
I am. One would think you would know the king with whom you have requested an audience.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
At least you have not forgotten your manners.
She'll kneel down in front of him too.
What aid do you come seeking in these troubling times, fox child?
Fuck, what was I needed to ask him? I ask about the gods. What was it? Who all the gods are.
That is a matter for some debate, child. The Pantheon is in the process of undergoing a slight shift in the wake of Juggalo and Sunder's rebellion.
What can you tell me about the rebellion?
It was bloody. We did not see most of it, as it took place in the celestial plane, but we felt its repercussions.
What
It was not.
sorry.
With the loss of Pangaea, god of land, his struggle with Rashia, goddess of sea, ended, and the sea overtook the land, sinking much of what was Loviena beneath the waves. You appear young, child, but this is recent history. Do you not remember?
I've been a little sheltered and away from information.
Then listen and heed well, child. Many gods were slain in this war, and with their loss, their spheres of influence disappeared from our world.
Which gods were lost?
Let me consult my list. I almost forgot you had the ability to speak to a dude who's 10,000 fucking years old.
You're welcome.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, you gave me pieces when I was back in Vernal with my other one shot, and now I'm just curious.
Yeah. Now I see why you bought those Speak with Dead scrolls.
I was curious.
Fucking smooth operator.
Of the main pantheon, there were 5 slain. Agnova, the Vanisher of Space. Mina, Collector of Memories. Pangea, Raiser of Land. Koraha, Cycle of Nature. And Gan Teoran, Sovereign of Infinity. All slain at the hands of that detestable Juggalo.
What can you tell me about Juggalo?
He is the voice of madness, and was right-hand man to Sunder, source of the rebellion. After Sunder's defeat, Juggalo was captured and sealed. We know not what fate awaits him now.
Why did they rebel?
Sunder believed that mortals did not need gods, and so he rallied with him the ones who felt that the gods were unnecessary for mortal development. What he did not foresee was that their elimination would have a long and lasting effect on our world. But these gods have been captured by Reus, imprisoned or punished as is his decree.
All the gods have a weapon of their own, correct?
You speak of divine artifacts.
Yes, of the weapons specifically.
Yes. Each god can have many artifacts, but each tends to bestow but one weapon upon our world.
Do you happen to know what the weapons are for each god?
Not for all, but I do know some.
Can you tell me what those are?
For Raza, Lord of Ambition and Knowledge, it is a sword called the Kusanagi.
And that's actually something Thalia would know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Kusanagi is the sword that King Mao carries.
Oh, okay.
It's been passed down the Inari line for as long as any written history has existed in your country.
That's interesting. Okay.
For Harrister, host of revelry and harvest, a horn capable of splitting the earth in two. For Anithia, impulse of chaos and indulgence, a scythe. For Cadrian, fury of storms and lightning, an axe that calls forth electricity itself. And for Bahamut, dragon protector of peace, a platinum sword. capable of commanding the loyalty of metallic dragons that are his brethren.
And that's a name that's new to you.
That's interesting. I think that's all the information I needed from him. I thank him for all the information and his time. Like, you are most wise.
What gods remain guide you through these troubled times, child.
You as well.
And he returns to kind of just sitting vacantly looking forward.
He is so much nicer than I thought he would be.
He comes from a different time.
Clearly. Well, sucks for him, but now I'm going to steal everything in his sarcophagus besides him.
Okay, so you get all that stuff I mentioned. The 4 jars worth $6.25 and the leather tube with some kind of paper inside.
I'll look at the paper later.
And as you do, roll me a Constitution save.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Lucian has to do it too.
Oh, finally, some
Okay.
good rolls.
Yeah, that works. Is as you hear sort of like a sharp intake of breath.
Oh, son of a bitch. That's what I shouldn't have touched.
And you see, if I can get it for a second, from the back of the room, the statue whose legs you walked under looks down and kind of, he doesn't really do anything, but you now see it is the form of a dragon dropping an art post.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And they called my kind greedy.
Shit. What color dragon is this? Can I do a perception? I can't tell from your picture what color this is.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll me a... Was it... You had the book on dragon physiology, right?
Yes, so I have advantage on dragon rolls.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll me a nature with advantage to try and identify what kind of dragon this is.
12.
With a 12, based on the crest on its head and the way its wings are, you assume this to be a brass dragon.
Brass.
Though where the depictions in the book would depict them as having like more rigid, like almost really rough looking skin, this one's appears incredibly smooth.
Okay. Hang on, I know nothing about dragons in these. Okay, would Thalia know? Would Thalia know anything about what a brass dragon is? Because I don't really
Go
know
ahead
much
and
about
roll me-
D&D dragons.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a history, just from what parts of the book you've read, see if you can't remember what it said.
12.
You remember that metallic dragons are the nicer ones, whereas the chromatic dragons are more likely to kill you and steal your shit. The metallic ones you actually have a chance to have like civil conversation with.
And this is a metallic one, right?
Yes, brass is one of the metallic varieties, and you remember from the book, it said that the brass dragons really like to talk.
Oh, okay. So I need to consult my inner Charya then and diplomat my way out of this. I suck at that. Okay.
And as he looks, he's actually beginning to move closer to you, and as he gets closer, you notice this dragon is about 3 times the size of a horse.
Okay.
So pretty small compared to most dragons comparatively, but still significantly bigger than you.
So probably fairly young then.
More than likely.
Okay. Well,
So how has it come to pass that you find yourself down here?
Well, funny story about that. We sort of fell.
Fell. So there is a way up then.
Yes, there is.
Finally, some good news. I should reward you as such.
And you see him, like, unfurl his wings, like now, like, almost in an effort to make himself look significantly larger.
I am Andramal. Who are you?
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Thalia.
Yes, and I'm Lucian.
Lucian says, now kind of moving behind you.
She'll kind of step up a little bit.
And you possess the power to make all of this disappear. What dragons would kill for such a power?
Well, as you said, it does speak to my greed.
That it does. By what means do you accomplish this?
I'm thinking. Hang on. I'm thinking of how to phrase this. Because does she know specifically, like, how it works?
I believe that's a topic you've broached with Juggalo. How it basically opens up a celestial storage container in your name.
Okay, then I'll say that part. Like, I have a sort of pocket dimension that I can store stuff in.
Will the magic of mortals never cease to amaze?
Have you been...
Are you well, child? You look tense.
Oh, it's been a long night. Have you been stuck down here?
Tell me, what year is it on the surface?
Oh shit, what year did you say it was? Like a 1005, I think?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, 1005 Pirate Kings era.
Okay, I relay that.
Then yes. For 3 years I have been stuck down here.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you get stuck down here?
I was exploring some caves under the sea. They emerged into a subterranean cave complex beneath the desert of the land you call Mahad. And it was in these caves that I encountered a rather angry blue dragon. However, my speed was far greater than his, and I was able to make my escape. Through more narrow caverns that my more slender size could fit that his could not. Incidentally, in wandering that labyrinthian cave system, I emerged here, and have since been unable to find my way back.
That's quite impressive. I could show you the way that we entered, if you'd like.
I would.
So I assume he's being friendly. It's nice.
I mean, if you don't know, insight's always a roll.
It's true. It's making me nervous.
You don't know. He's kind of got that angry dragon expression. You don't know if he's being civil or if he's sizing you up for dinner.
Gifts. Dragons like gifts, right?
They do historically like that, yes.
Ooh, wait. You said he likes to talk.
Yes.
Does that mean he likes languages?
That does provide a brass dragon more means by which to talk to people, yes.
I but that's not... Well, I don't know if he's going to find this offensive or not, but the only language book I have is the sign language one. Oh, wait. No, wait, from what I've found out before. Okay, never mind. Then yes, I will say I offer him a token of, I don't know. What do they call it? Like a boon or something, a gift or whatever.
Token of
I don't know.
I
how
guess
to
extending
phrase it.
I guess because
I don't want to say friendship because he's a dragon.
Yeah,
I'm not going to view
yeah,
him as a friend. So
yeah, that's what I was dancing around that word too. I guess like an olive branch, I guess you can call it.
yeah,
So you present him with the Book of Sign Language.
I think you called it speaking without speech. Yeah, speaking without speech.
And what is this?
This is a language book. I can hear my echo through your thing.
Can you still?
Testing, testing. No.
That was
When you
weird.
have it on, I can hear it echoing back.
That's weird.
Oh, but yeah, I tell him it's a language book, but a language where you speak with your hands.
With my hands, you say? Interesting.
And he holds up a dragon claw, like visibly different from a human hand.
I was under the impressions that dragons could change form.
Most older ones can. I've never given it a try, so I suppose it's possible.
And you watch as he shrinks down. I don't have a thing for it at the moment, so just we'll assume his for a second. He shrinks down, and you are basically looking more or less at the same creature. Like the head has not changed at all, but he looks like a brass dragonborn instead of a brass dragon.
Okay.
Not quite human, but I can see how this could use hands to communicate.
It is a good language to learn. I'm in the process of learning it.
Then may I?
Of course.
And he takes the book from you and begins. He basically like opens the cover, flips all of the pages in front of his eyes really quickly, closes it, and hands it back to you.
And she takes it.
So much simpler than a spoken language. I already have everything in this book mastered.
Very impressive.
Of course it is. Thank you for noticing. Now then, I believe you were talking about a way to get me out of here.
Ah, yes. Please, follow us. We'll show you the way.
Then you lead him back, basically to what is the. Let me grab a thing real quick. I'll throw you over there. I still have a bit of business on this map.
Oh, well, fine then.
So you're leading this dragonborn back. Here we go. And you reach that area where you fell down. Now that you're a little more used to things in here, roll me one more perception. The 12. Amidst all of the dead centipede bodies. By the way, there are several more down here. Dead, obviously, but there are several more than were upstairs. You imagine they probably crawled out through the cracks in the floor.
Ew.
But you do see shattered now, and their golden, shimmery contents littering the floor, but you do see the 2 stone chests that you didn't grab.
She basically runs up to them and grabs both of them.
Well, at least you're consistent.
She smiles at him. Yes, I am.
He has now dropped the Dragonborn form, and he's full dragon again.
She points up. That's the way we fell.
No small feat to have survived such a drop.
Well, we had assistance from the little cat.
Interesting. Have you no means to get yourself back up?
Unfortunately not. Do you have any ideas?
I have but one, though we'll speak of it to no one once we are clear of this place.
And you watch as he lowers, like a sort of goes into like a push-up stance, lowering his upper body to the floor.
Climb on.
Thank you very much. And she does. Looking back at Lucian like, come on, let's go.
Yes, thank you.
Lucian says as he tries to he basically grabs Clover and tries to just haphazardly mount this dragon. And with 2 mighty beats of this creature's wings, I will count him as friendly from now on. You are now back up, and he places you off in the south side of the room where you entered.
She thanks him again.
Quite welcome. Now I would imagine it is a fairly straight path from this chamber to the exit.
Yes, it was fairly easy to get through.
Is there anything on the outside of which I should be aware?
There are some people immediately on the outside, guarding the temple.
Then perhaps best to stay close. You look a little ragged.
A little bit, yes.
Then I will say roll a survival with advantage to basically navigate all the twists and turns outside of the temple.
I'm so suspicious of him right now. He's being way too friendly.
So a 14. Yeah, you managed to find your way to the door. Then I will kick you back out over to here. And as you leave through the main entryway of this temple, you hear 2 of the guards bickering.
I can't believe you were sleeping on the job, and drinking no less. Look, it's not my fault, I swear. Something came up from behind and hit me. Oh, of course, and the next thing you know, you're going to tell me that there's some beast hiding in the temple that just knocked you out, right? Look, I don't know.
And as they're walking up, they see the 4 of you, like 2 humanoids, a robotic cat, and a fuck-mothering dragon walking out. And they just stare. They stop and stare.
I think it's best we leave.
Yes, probably. Sir Dragon, Andramal, was it?
Yes, human.
Right, is there, have you ever heard of Nessus now?
The port city to the east.
Yes, it is. We have some friends there. More friends, ones you could potentially talk to with your hands. I know that's something new you learned. Very nice. We have lots of friends, lots of people you could talk to, and they would be just so enamored to hear all of your stories, wouldn't they, Thalia?
Oh, absolutely.
You're suggesting I fly you somewhere again?
Not suggesting, merely, asking permission, right?
Yes, definitely asking.
Roll persuasion. And I will have Lucian do the same.
Ha! Nat 20 that bitch.
Damn! Never mind.
Well, your gift was appreciated. Very well. But just this one more time, are we clear?
Oh, of course, perfectly.
And he kneels down once more.
And she climbs on quickly.
Then that just expedited this greatly. Because you no longer have to pull anything out. And I'd say probably over the course of about 15 minutes, he covers flying what the sand buggy covered in an hour and a half. And it's maybe around midnight, say 1 in the morning at this point.
Oh, that's not bad.
So there are still a couple of people in the slums, like up and awake, like just chilling by the river, just, watching the nightlife. And they hear a beating of wings as you guys touch down, and pretty much everybody clears a huge fucking circle as Andramal lands.
Where does he land?
He lands, I would say, probably to the, just to the east, right on the river, so right around here.
Okay.
Quite a lively town indeed.
She hops off and thanks him again.
Well, at least you know manners. This town, do you know if there is another dragon nearby?
Another dragon near this town? No. Just some dragonborn. But not full dragons. Not that I'm aware of.
Then I shall establish my lair here.
Well, if you ever need somebody to talk to, I'll be more than happy to converse with you.
You see the edges of his mouth curl into almost like a draconic smile.
I shall keep that in mind. Thalia, was it?
Yes, it was.
Well met, Thalia. I'm aware your race is very long-lived, not unlike my own. Perhaps we will speak again in the future.
Yes, I would like that. Would you like me to look for some more language books for you?
Yes.
Then I will be on the lookout for some more.
He nods, and as Lucian hops off of him with Clover, he begins to turn and walk away. Out into the desert.
Okay. I totally thought I was about to get eaten by a dragon, but okay.
Right? Oh my god!
Let's get back to the ship, quickly.
Yes. Very quickly.
But not too quickly. Let's make it look like we're going for a walk.
He stops mid-power walk.
What? Yes, fine. Inconspicuous, right.
Regular walk. And she kind of loops her arm into his, elbow to elbow.
What? Okay, we're doing this.
Yes, you are taking me for a walk. Let's go.
Yes, taking you for a walk, totally not dwelling on the fact that we just ride a fucking dragon!
Twice. We rode it twice.
Twice! And we spoke to it!
Might not want to tell anybody, though.
Right, that would, probably raise more problems than it would solve.
You also might piss him off because he said not to mention it.
Was that the talking to him part or the flying part?
The flying part.
Okay. So we did, in fact, not ride a dragon. Got it.
Exactly.
Perfect. Immaculate. I think that near-death experience is beginning to set in.
Well, while we're walking, perhaps we can just talk. Calm down a little bit.
Yes, please. Okay, so, by all means, broach a topic.
Well, Nico's told me about a mask object that you made for him, casting
What?
illusions.
Oh, right, yes, that one that he wears envelops him in a cloud of magical darkness. Yes, I remember. Funny you should mention, he actually just dropped that off with me for repairs. Seems he nicked it in a fight recently.
Well, do you think you could make something like that for me, too? If I find an object for it?
Oh, most certainly, yes. Yes, I could absolutely do that. Were you thinking something similar, magical darkness, or were you imagining a different effect?
A different effect. I'll think on it when I find the object.
Perfect.
I'm just gonna say we just sort of chit-chat as we walk through the...
Yeah, I'd say you exchange small talk. He calms down considerably between the east side of town and the dock or the port district.
Okay. So about what time is it when we get back to the ship?
Assuming you take the southwest road back through town, it would take you about maybe 45 minutes to get back to the port district.
Okay, so it's like about 2 a.m.-ish?
Thereabouts, yeah.
Okay. Well, I assume
So
nobody's
about
still...
5 hours until sunrise.
Okay, so I assume nobody's still on our boat, though.
Offhand, you don't know. You don't see anybody out and about, obviously, because the guys from the Port Authority are keeping watch on your stuff for you.
Okay. Well, then I say we can go back in and go back to his area.
To his workshop.
Yeah.
Alright, you do so.
Well, when we go in there, I take out those 2 suits of armor.
Oh, right, the Mahadi golems.
Yeah, and tell them they're all his to do with whatever he wants.
Oh, yes, this just made my night. No, I don't think you understand.
And he goes and he kind of like drapes an arm around both of their necks, and then kind of points to himself.
It is like I am the most popular girl in school, and both of these want all of this. This is going to be so much fun.
Was there anything else from the tomb you specifically wanted?
What was in that leather tube that he had?
Oh, right. She pulls it out.
And as you pop it open, releasing the seal, you unfurl it. It appears to be some kind of... Roll general intelligence to see if you can make heads or tails of this thing.
Nope.
A bunch of drawings on an old piece of papyrus. Let me roll for Lucian. See if he can. His intelligence is fairly good.
Ha! He knows exactly what it is.
Oh, my gods. Can I have that?
What is it?
These are schematics, specifically, from what I'm seeing here, schematics for a very old and very powerful prototype of ancient Mahadi armor.
She picks it up and hands it to him. All yours.
Yes, it's a bit of a pain in the ass translating Old Mahadi to Old Celestial and then Old Celestial into Common, but from what I'm gathering here, it looks like something that could eventually deflect metal projectiles.
That'd be interesting.
Oh, yes. But it's flawed. Oh, King Mahad, you short-sighted bastard. Yes, I could improve on this, maybe make a couple of things here.
And he's just like... He's not drawing on the schematics. He doesn't want to fuck them up, but he's whipped out his own piece of paper, and he's basically writing down ways that he could improve this design.
She's gonna leave him to it and also take out... Oh, what did you say? The metal ore that he didn't know what it was?
Yeah, that purple ore.
Yeah, so she'll give him that, and then one of the other ores. I can't remember what the other ores were. I didn't actually write them down.
The two other ores were a gold one and a silver one, and then there was a garnet and an amethyst crystal, along with 20 pieces of obsidian.
Oh, okay. He might be able to use the obsidian in something. Yeah, so
Yeah,
she'll give him the metal ore and then the obsidian.
Okay, yeah, as you deposit this stuff on the floor of his workshop, he's paying you absolutely no mind anymore. Like, he is all about these schematics.
I figured she's just gonna kind of leave him to it and walk away.
Yeah, Clover has kind of jumped up on his desk and has begun just flitting her tail back and forth as she watches him work.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Thalia goes back to her room and pulls out each of those other chests one at a time to open them up.
Okay, well they were cracked open from the fall, so that's easy.
Well, I grabbed the 3 others before the fall.
Right. Okay, so let me flip open to this. And it was 3 chests, yes?
3 that I hadn't opened, and then 2 that fell.
Okay. So the 2 that fell, let's do those first. 89. Oh, wow. Okay. 4d6. There is 800 gold in one of them. $95, Jesus. Same thing. And another 800 in the other. As for the 3 that are sealed, 75. You're about to become very wealthy.
I'm perfectly okay with that. I needed this.
1,200 gold in that one.
Ooh.
43. Okay. 2d6. Yes. So 40 gold pieces and 200 silver pieces.
Hang on. Oh, how many silver pieces did you say?
200.
Okay.
And then for the last one, 70. Interesting. So, R86. Another 600 gold, and I have to roll one other thing. Here we go. 73. What the hell is 73? And a spell scroll, first level.
Okay.
So I can go ahead and roll for what that'll be later.
Okay.
Yeah, because technically Thalia would have to have it identified anyway.
Right.
So that is your net profit from the operation, and I would say it's a pretty damn good one.
It's a start. It'll help finance the fencing while still being able to pay my crew.
Well, then...
So for those ancient Mahad gold coins, now that I'm here, can I pull one out and inspect it more to see if I can learn more about it?
You can pull it out and inspect it. but they're over 10,000 years old, and it's a form of currency that is no longer in circulation and hasn't been for as long as you've been alive and then some.
Okay, but would I know, like, who to maybe possibly ask, or...
I would say the Historical Foundation might be a good place to start.
Yeah, here, let me go over to them and not explain where the fuck I got it from. Yeah.
Well, you don't necessarily need to tell them. Otherwise,
They're gonna kind of be wondering.
probably somebody in this town's black market who has some ties to them might also be a good option. Somebody who knows a lot about ancient Mahadi history.
Okay, so a black market person who loves Mahad history. Cool.
Yeah, other than that, if there was nothing else, you can catch you another
Yeah.
short sleep before you have to go and see Jura's fights.
Yeah, I'm thinking before we end it. I think that was all I needed, though. Oh, can I inspect this mask more? Or I guess
Yeah.
I would need...
I mean, what exactly are you trying to glean from it?
I mean, I don't know, like, if I could... The way you described it made it sound evil, but I was kind of wondering if I could use it for the Lucian thing.
I mean, you could always try it on. I'm not going to stop you from doing that.
Yeah, you made it sound terrible. But you know what? Fuck it. This session has been a whole bunch of fuck it's. So yeah, sure. Why not? She tries it on.
All right, go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Of course. Is it with advantage?
Unfortunately not.
Damn it. Oh no, you changed music.
Yes, I did.
I don't like this.
So you find yourself in... You're kind of floating in an empty black space, not unlike you did when you first entered Juggalo's realm.
Mm-hmm.
And as you kind of float forward, a face appears before you. An almost feline-looking face, but not quite like a tabaxi as you know it, or not like a normal cat. It appears at first just the eyes and then the front of the muzzle. You're basically looking at the front of a tiger's face with a large upward curled horn protruding from right above its eyes. The rest of its body, or the rest of its head, appears veiled in shadow, as does the rest of its body.
At long last, someone puts on the mask.
Hello.
And what a dark soul. This is going to be fun.
Dark. I'd
And
say
you-
I'm more medium gray.
And you see from the shadows a pair of large, sort of brightly colored, like white or light gray, you guess, feathered wings come up, beat forward in front of the face, knocking you back. And as it does, you awaken back on your ship.
Great. That's it?
As you look at the mask now, you don't get that sense of foreboding. It's now actually more inviting, almost like it wants you to put it on again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get somebody to look at this. Well, I'm just gonna sort of set it to the side and go to sleep.
All right,
I'm
then
gonna
you
find
turn
somebody
in.
else to inspect that before I put that shit back on.
Then you turn in for what is basically the remainder of the wee hours of the morning, and we'll pick this up on the B-side.
Cool, cool.
And we will see you guys next time.
Deuces.